Well, greetings, interwebs. Today we're doing something a little different. Now, if you saw the title, I know you're probably on potato candy. That's right. This is something my mother used to make when I was little, and I'm sure outside of my sister, none of y'all heard of this before. We shall see. Okay, got a potato peeler and a potato. We'll get to that in a minute. 2 boxes, confectionery sugar, white powdered sugar, a big old jar of peanut butter, vanilla extract, and some butter. One substitution I've had to make, because my mistake. Normally you'd use wax paper. I'm out, so I'm going to use some aluminum foil. These things happen. Okay, so I guess a little bit of backstory. Like I said, potato candy is just something my mother used to make for us when I was a little kid a very, very long time ago, because, I'm old. Well, apparently potato candy is what they call poverty food. It's stuff they made like back in the Great Depression when you had no money to go to the store and get candy, so you had to pretty much make your own everything. And potato candy is something they came up with. I never knew any of this when I was a kid. I just knew it was a real treat when Mom made potato candy. And a little warning, potato candy is incredibly rich. You don't just gobble it down. Oh, no, you eat one piece slowly with a glass of milk. It's very rich, but it is so good. And it's candy, so dude, 2 whole boxes of powdered sugar. You know it's not good for you, but it's candy, so of course it's not good for you. So, sorry. Another thing before we get going, a new addition to the channel. That's right. I got an apron with the logo and everything on it, my name. What do you think? Kind of neat? I thought about doing like a Mr. Rogers kind of song while I put it on, like when he'd do his sweater and stuff, but no. So, yes, no? I think it's neat. I needed an apron anyway to keep messing my shirts up. So, there we go. Let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, peel a potato. Potato peeler. Get a nice big potato. You can use 2 if you want to make a bunch of this stuff, but 1 goes a really long way. Now, peeling potatoes, you're supposed to do like you're whittling a stick. Yeah, no, I don't do that. Pull it toward. If you were in the military back in the day, you're very familiar with peeling potatoes. By the time I was in the military in the 80s, peeling potatoes on KP had pretty much run its course. It wasn't really a thing, and I can't imagine it's a thing nowadays in the modern military. But I will speed this up so you don't have to sit through it, okay? You're welcome. Okay, we now have a nicely peeled potato. Now, simply boil it. It's not that difficult. A pot, some water, and a potato. You just boil it until it's soft. So we'll skip ahead because you really want to watch water boil? Okay, so the potato is done boiling. You've heard the old expression, stick a fork in me, I'm done. Yeah, that's how you determine if it's done. You stick a fork in it. And if it's soft all the way through, it's done. You see, I cut it up, made it boil a little faster. Just gonna get tired of waiting. So we're gonna mash that up, but before we do, we're gonna put some butter in. 2 tablespoons. You see the lines? Little lines on the side of the butter. 1 tablespoon, 2, blah, blah, blah. So this is 4, we'll cut it in half, that's 2. Just to get it started, I'm going to use a potato masher. If you don't have a potato masher, you can use a fork. This is just to get things started. Okay. For the rest of it, I'm making a mess. Here's my handy dandy hand blender. If you don't have one of these, you need to go get one. They're not very expensive, and they serve a number of uses. Woo, that's making a mess. Yeah, okay. We're not going to do that. I'm getting it everywhere. It's better if you have the regular with 2 beaters, but keep doing the old-fashioned way. Okay. Since I can't really use my hand blender, I do have a good old-fashioned wire whisk. Now, first box of confectionery sugar, or confectioner's sugar. This is Florida, so don't be concerned that I've got a thing full of white powder. It's just sugar. Pour about half the bag. Start mashing it together. I'm trying to mix two bags of this. And as soon as you start, it starts turning watery. Well, you can see, but look at it, turns to looks like cake batter. Just keep mixing and mixing and mixing. Okay, now that it's nice and thin, back to my hand beater. Dump in about another quarter of the bag. Our ultimate goal here is to try and get the consistency of bread dough. So we'll just keep mixing and mixing. I have a third bag just in case too, don't quite get it thick enough. But like you can see, that's very liquidy. Like I said, like cake batter. We'll dump in the rest of the first bag. Mix more. If you have a regular blender with 2 beaters, that's really the best way to go for doing this. Okay, box number 2, or dose, why, duh. Pour about half the bag and just keep mixing. When I was asking Mom about how she used to make this, I wondered, you sure 1 potato is enough? Well, as you can see, this is really starting to fill this bowl. I wonder how this thing will work now if I use a regular blender head. Well, as you can see, That's still very, very runny. We want this to be the consistency of bread dough. So, Mom told me to have a third box on standby just in case. I guess time to break out that third box. Okay, so before we get too far along in the mixing, you want to put 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. I'm just going to guesstimate. About a tablespoon. And just keep mixing. Well, that didn't go quite as expected. So I refrigerated it for a while, and that seems to have thickened it up. I called Mom, and she said that, no, I'm not supposed to put in that much butter or vanilla. I was told like 2 tablespoons of butter and 1 tablespoon of vanilla. She said, no, 1 pat of butter, which is like one of those little squares you get on a little piece of paper, and just like a few drops of vanilla. Now I know. So, next step, like I said, you would normally lay out some wax paper. I'm out of wax paper, so aluminum foil. I'd normally sprinkle some confectioner's sugar on here, but I used it all. So, a little bit of Pam. Okay. See if this works. Try and spoon this out onto the aluminum foil. I can't get over how badly this one's going. I hope you guys find this as funny as I do. Kind of like watching a train wreck. But, like I said, at least now, it is the right consistency. This is how you want it, like bread dough. I know my sister's watching this right now. She's laughing her head off at me. So when you see somebody named Cynthia writing like really just funny things in the comments, yeah, that would be my sister. Okay. Now we just gotta spread this out. Wow. I remember watching Mom do this, and it went so smoothly when she'd do it. But then again, that was 30, 40 years ago. My memories may not be as clear. Wow. Let's try this. I want it in kind of a rectangle, not a square. I want a nice long rectangle. So, This, this is just not going the way it's supposed to. There is no way this is going to roll up the way I wanted it to. Oh my goodness. So, I'll just, I guess, tell you what's supposed to happen next. Take the peanut butter. That's not even open. The next step is to spread peanut butter all over this. However, with this, the peanut butter and the dough, well, I don't know, it might work. I'm really hoping I can get this right because I really would like to share it with my friends at work. I got a friend at work that brought in some, like snacks and treats for everybody the other day. Some culturally significant from their country. So I thought, well, hey, cool. This would be, some old school cultural whatever from my country. But, yeah, no. I gotta say though, it seems to be spreading okay. Maybe, just maybe, this will work. I'm not sure, but I think this might be going kind of okay. Okay, well the last step, which is going to definitely be the hardest, is rolling this sucker up like a burrito. I think what I'm going to do, before I try to roll this up, I'm going to put this back in the fridge for a while and see if it'll harden anymore. If this stuff will thicken up a little more, because it's got pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty close. I'm gonna try to just let it sit for a little while longer. See what happens. You're not gonna clear out a nice big space in the fridge. It's kind of full of, things. I forgot that I had this nice big cutting board. So if I can get it up onto this reasonably intact, yes, then I can put this in the fridge as a solid unit. Success. We'll give it a while, see what happens, and I'll let you know.
Eventually.
Well, here we go, folks. Make it or break it time. It's been in the fridge for a while now. Good and cold. Seems fairly hard. Let's see if this is going to work. Oh my goodness. You can get it just to let go That should be okay. Let's see if I can get it to let go without tearing the aluminum foil. This is where wax paper would have done much, much better. I'm thinking a much larger spatula would work a lot better. There we go. Now it's starting to work. Trying to let go of the aluminum foil and roll. Oh yeah. One day, when I'm, actually rich and famous from doing YouTube, I'm gonna look back at this, have a really good laugh. This will definitely make a highlight reel. Hey, remember that time back in 2021 when I tried to make potato candy? This is still very, very soft. It should not be this soft. However, it is very delicious. So it did not turn out as it should, but it still tastes really good, so at least there's that. Okay, so the way this is supposed to work like I said, it's supposed to be a lot thicker and harder. Okay, so now you basically just we'll take that whole end off of it. There's not a lot of peanut butter in that. You cut it in little slices. And, well, it's not supposed to be so soggy, but it's, yeah. This is way, way too soft, but it's really delicious. So, there you have it. Sort of potato candy. It's not quite the way it's supposed to be. But sometimes in life, things just don't turn out the way we expect or we remember. So there you have it. I'll try better next week, I promise. Until then, be seeing you. So I ran all this by my mother, told her what happened, told her how it turned out. She said, I shouldn't have used so much butter, shouldn't have used so much vanilla. Okay. Also, shouldn't have used such a huge potato. I guess they just seemed a lot bigger when I was really little. So this is what they were supposed to look like. This is how Mom's always looked. And of course, this is how mine looks. See the difference? And while, yeah, they taste the same, the consistency and texture and whatever. So, I don't know. Yeah, okay, so let's get to... God, that was not open. Hey, just trying to keep this thing tight. It's gonna be a pain. Clip. Yeah, Mr. Rogers never had to suffer through that kind of thing. Oh yeah! New boots. My old work boots were getting a little wore out. Had to get some new ones. Just in time to wear them to work tomorrow too. That's kind of handy. Oh, and if I haven't mentioned this in the past, these little silica gel snack packs, don't eat these things. They're not good for you.